Hi guys, I hope that you're all doing really well. So today I wanted to talk about the fragrances that I have been wearing a lot recently. I would say more or less like the last month or so. Don't quote me on that. It could be 2 weeks slash 1 month slash some of them 6 weeks, and you get the gist. I have been really loving these fragrances lately. You will see a lot of them are more fresh and clean. Some of them are a little bit more intense for when I have wanted to reach for something more intense. So without further ado, let's get into this video. I'm going to start out with a layering combination actually. Now, I know that you guys are probably sick to death of hearing me talk about imagination, but if you have not already, please, ladies, listen to me right now. This is not a masculine scent from Louis Vuitton. It is 100% unisex. It smells fresh like tea and ginger and musk and neroli. It is very clean and fresh, and it's just one of the best that I've ever tried. Truly, I am in love with this fragrance, but I feel like this combination together is something spectacular. Now, these are obviously two kind of masculine marketed fragrances, especially Reflection Man from Amouage. But to me, this is just one of the most beautiful, clean fragrance combinations that I have ever tried. Reflection Man from Amouage is a floral fragrance, actually. You have a lot of jasmine, neroli, a lot of other things in there, but it just smells so beautiful, very creamy. You have that jasmine. It's very smooth and clean. It's not an indolic, sweet, just voluptuous jasmine. This is a very clean jasmine scent with lots of neroli. I do get something a little bit aromatic in there too, but it's just so beautifully done. It's very smooth and clean. A little bit powdery as well, and on the skin this fragrance is just fantastic. I really recommend this fragrance to everyone, men, women, whoever. This fragrance is fantastic, but layered with imagination just brings it to another level. Of course, you don't have to do that, but it just brings it and elevates it to a level that you're not even ready for. I usually put Reflection 45 on first, and then I go over the top with Imagination from Louis Vuitton. And this has just been my go-to clean, effortless, chic. I really want people to compliment my combo type of scent. I've been wearing this a lot on the weekends when Pierre and I take the dogs for a nice walk and we go for a breakfast together. I've been wearing a lot this combo and I just love it so much. I did forget to mention this is Reflection 45, so it's like the X-ray version of Reflection, but you can obviously use just the original as well and it works just as good. So love this combo, love them separately, but I prefer wearing them together actually. Next up we have Musc Outreblanc by Guerlain, and I have been obsessing over this fragrance. I've owned it for about, I would say, a month or so, maybe like 5 weeks. I purchased it from my perfume guy in Dubai, Taha, if you're watching, and this is just incredible. To me, Musc Outreblanc smells a little bit similar to 1957 from Chanel. They're definitely in the same universe of that very clean white musk with some florals. It's very bright, it's very crisp, it's very effortless and easy to wear. It's just so beautiful. I've been wearing this one in the morning, fresh out of the shower, or at night to go to bed. And it is just such a beautiful musk fragrance, you guys. I have so many of the Art of Materials collection fragrances on my wish list. I own quite a few from them, but I mostly have the heavier stuff, like all of the Bois de Harmonie, Spiritus de Vanille, Tonka Imperial. I have a lot of those, but I don't have as many fresh and clean fragrances from the collection, and I'm obsessed with so many of them. So Musc Outreblanc is a beautiful musk, very high quality, very easy to wear, very chic and effortless, and I just absolutely love it. And I love even more that Pierre is also wearing this fragrance. This fragrance is absolutely beautiful and has been the one that I'm reaching for when I just want something effortless, musky, clean, and elegant. I recently purchased another Diptyque fragrance. This one has been on my wish list since last summer. When I was in Corsica last year, I got a bunch of Diptyque fragrances while I was there, and I got some samples. And one sample that the store gave me is Eau Rose. And when I went through the sample of Eau Rose, I was expecting not to like it that much because I've never been the biggest fan of rose fragrances until recently. And anyways, when I wore through the sample of Eau Rose last year in Corsica, I fell in love with it and I added it to my wish list because it's a fragrance that I think is absolutely beautiful. And so I finally purchased myself a bottle of Eau Rose, the Eau de Parfum from Diptyque. And I have to say, this is absolutely one of the best rose fragrances that I have personally ever tried. That will not be the experience of everyone. As you guys know, fragrance is very subjective. But to me, this is one of the best rose fragrances that I have ever tried. It is so beautiful. It almost brings tears to my eyes. This is a bright, lush rose. This is a luscious rose fragrance. It's an overdose of rose. You also have a slight greenness. There is a lychee note in here, but before you go and say, oh, it must be a copy of Delina, it is absolutely not a copy of Delina. Delina is more of that fruity rhubarb situation going on with rose. This is a beautiful, very realistic rose fragrance with a little bit of that greenness. You do get a little touch of something sweet, and oh my gosh, it is heavenly, you guys. It's also not too intense, like something like Portrait of a Lady from Frederic Malle. Don't get me wrong, I think that that fragrance is beautiful, but it can be slightly challenging to wear. Eau Rose is not that challenging. It's very easy to wear this fragrance in any situation and any occasion, and I am just mesmerized by how beautiful this scent is. It's crisp and luscious, and it's this beautiful plush rose fragrance with a freshness, a little bit of a greenness, a touch of something sweet. It's just so easy to wear, and I am completely mesmerized by this fragrance. I really think this is one of the best rose fragrances that I have ever tried in my life. Eau Rose from Diptyque, the Eau de Parfum. The Eau de Parfum and the Eau de Toilette are quite different in their character, and I do prefer the Eau de Parfum. As you guys know, I've talked about this fragrance a lot recently. This is Musc K from K. Honestly, one of the best musk fragrances that I have ever tried. I know that I just said that about the rose, but this is a musk that you all need to try. It is incredible. If you are looking for a fragrance that has a similar character to Glossier You, try Musc K because it's the best in that genre that I have ever tried. That musky, clean skin scent with a little bit of those purple florals to support it. This is the best right here. Musc K is a crisp, bright musk with a little bit of that purple floral touch. So it has a slight powderiness, a slight creaminess, but it's not too much. Sometimes those iris and orris can tend to suffocate, I feel like, a fragrance in a way, even though it's beautiful. I do feel like sometimes it can make the composition really creamy and really woody and really deep. Not with this fragrance. This is uplifted and bright and crisp and musky, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. It smells angelic and clean and beautiful. And every time I spray this on, Pierre always tells me I smell good. I mostly wear this fragrance day to day, running errands, going to bed. I wear it actually quite a lot in every single situation in my life, and I'm just obsessed with this fragrance. I didn't plan this right now, but this is also one of the best Neroli fragrances that I have tried. I swear to you guys, like these three right here, Rose, Musk, Neroli, like honestly some of the best on the market. I will not say the best in the world, but some of the best on the market today. And the Neroli, Fiore di Neroli from Gucci. I actually got sent a couple of fragrances from the Alchemist collection from Gucci. They sent it to a lot of people online, but this fragrance is the one that really stood out to me. I really like the Alchemist collection from Gucci, and even the others that were sent. The vanilla is absolutely beautiful. The Tears from the Moon, which is one of their best sellers, beautiful. Everything was beautiful, but this really stood out to me, and you can actually see from the dent in this bottle, both Pierre and I have been wearing through this scent non-stop because it's just so perfect. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous Neroli fragrance that feels silky and smooth and fluffy almost. It doesn't feel too bitter and too aggressive in its character. It's this very smooth and almost fluffy neroli fragrance. Obviously, neroli, as a raw material, it definitely has this bitter quality to it, but sometimes it can come across very harsh in a fragrance. Here, it is so smooth and clean and whimsical and fluffy, and it's just so stunning, you guys. There is also a slight addictive sweetness when you wear it on your skin that comes out, and it is just captivating to me. I am completely in love with this scent. You guys know I love Neroli. I love Neroli Portofino. I love this. I love 4711. But this is probably, like, in terms of quality, this is the best that I've tried. It is absolutely stunning, like absolutely stunning, and Pierre and I cannot stop wearing it. You can see from the dent in this bottle. Next up is something a little bit more intense. Now, as you guys know, day to day, I'm wearing clean stuff. Day to day, I'm not wearing vanilla, I'm not wearing woody fragrances. I usually go for very clean fragrances on a day-to-day basis. But if I have been reaching for something a little bit more sweet, a little bit more intense, I am in love with the Atelier des Fleurs collection from Chloé, and this is Orchidee de Minuit. Now, this fragrance is a showstopper to me. I mentioned in another video that this is not something really, really unique and abstract and a fragrance that you've probably never smelled in your life, but it's just so good. Like, it is so good and so addictive. I am completely head over heels in love with this scent. It feels like this creamy, buttery, boozy vanilla. And you have some florals in there, but they're not white flowers, it's not rose, so it doesn't feel like this traditional floral scent. There are some florals in there, like orchid and I think a few other white florals, but it doesn't really smell like that. To me, this is more of a creamy, boozy, buttery vanilla with a little bit of a balsamic touch. It is just incredible, you guys. Like, I know you can see from my face, but I am just obsessed with this fragrance. Like, it smells so sexy to me. And I also mentioned this in a previous video, but I have been layering this a lot with Alien from Mugler, and I just feel like that combination together is so seductive. I cannot even tell you guys. So if I have been reaching for something a little bit more bold and sweet and intense, it has been Orchidee de Minuit. This is so sexy to me, and it's not tooth-achingly sweet. It's just very rich and deep and seductive is the word that I would use to describe it. So I have been obsessed with this one. I am so happy to have it in my collection. And yeah, this entire collection, I really like the Atelier des Fleurs collection from Chloé. Super nice, super easy to wear. There's kind of something in there for everyone, whether you like more fresh things, musky things, sweeter things. There's something there for everyone. But this right here is something like a magic potion in a bottle. Next up is a fragrance that has been in my collection for maybe about a year. Even more, I don't even know when I got this fragrance. And I never paid attention to it until recently, and I feel so silly for that because this fragrance is absolutely beautiful. And I remember the reason that I was compelled to wear this fragrance and to try it is because somebody that I know came over and I smelled them and they smelled like this fragrance, and I vaguely remembered the scent of this fragrance, and so I went into my collection, found it, sprayed it, and was like, oh my gosh, that is heavenly. And that's the story of how I rediscovered this scent. And this is the Aqua Allegoria collection from Guerlain, and this is Florabloom Forte. Now, this is so slept on, and you guys, if you like the same scents as me, and if this resonates with you when I describe the scent, please try it because it's absolutely gorgeous. Oh my gosh, this is a creamy mango fragrance, but not like you would expect. Personally, I am very tired of the mango hype. Anytime somebody's like, oh, I did a mango fragrance, I really don't care. Like, I don't care at all. I'm very past the mango hype. But this is not just mango. This is a lot of musk. You have iris, you have coconut, you have tuberose. So it's this really creamy, musky, slightly fruity floral fragrance that smells super addictive and very chic. This is not super fruity, it's not sickly sweet, it doesn't smell juvenile in any way. This is a really, really beautiful take on mango that feels super well balanced. The mango is not overpowering in here. It's more of a complementary note in this fragrance, but you have a lot of musk, you have those florals, a little bit of coconut to bring that creaminess and kind of add to that tropical aspect in here. And it is just so perfect. I have been wearing this fragrance a lot when I want something slightly more feminine and fruity and fun. That's when I've been wearing this. But don't get me wrong, it's not this obnoxious mango fragrance that is really sweet and loud. It is just gorgeous and it lasts a long time on my skin. I'm shocked with how long that this fragrance lasts on my skin. It is really impressive. So definitely recommend this one. This is so slept on. There's actually a lot of fragrances from the Aqua Allegoria collection that are so beautiful that nobody talks about. Another one I love is the Rose Amira. That one is stunning as well. So many from Guerlain that I have on my wish list. This is a full circle moment because I feel like myself, I've really done like a 360 and I'm mostly wearing and purchasing designer fragrances these days, whether it's the designer private collection or just the signature collections. I have been wearing a lot of my designers, and that's what I'm really interested in at the moment, to be honest. And I have been wearing a lot Minuit, the Eau de Parfum, and sometimes I layer it with Blooming Bouquet as well. And I've been wearing this when I want something very feminine, kind of sweet, sexy, but mostly feminine. If I am craving that kind of feminine perfume and I really want to smell good, I've been reaching for Minuit Eau de Parfum. Now this is a beautiful fruity vanilla with some florals, and it's just so well done. It is such a gorgeous fragrance. It's a bestseller for a reason. It's iconic for a reason, and I just love it so much. It's slightly sweet. You definitely have that punchy kind of kick from those fruity notes. You have a little bit of those florals. I think there's iris and peony, etc. And you also have a bit of patchouli in the base. So this is just such a nostalgic fragrance to me, and it really makes me feel good when I wear it. And that is what we want at the end of the day, is to wear fragrances that make us feel good, and this fragrance really does make me feel good and very feminine. Finally, the last fragrance that I have been wearing non-stop recently is Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. Now, talking about more heavy, more rich scents, if I have been reaching for one of those, it's been Orchidee de Minuit or Tobacco Vanille. Now, again, this is kind of coming full circle. I've had this fragrance in my collection for many, many, many years. And this just does something to me. When I smell it, it's a wow fragrance to me. Like, wow, wow, wow. This is a tobacco and vanilla scent with a lot of cacao. I pick up this really chocolatey aspect from this fragrance and dried fruits. It is so special to me, this fragrance. And whenever I smell it, I am brought back to really the beginning of reviewing fragrances on social media from me personally. So this fragrance definitely holds a very special place in my heart, and it just smells so good. If you've never smelled Tobacco Vanille because it's not hyped anymore, please go and try it. It is such a special fragrance. It is very sexy and rich and dark and seductive, and it just has such a distinct character to it. And I am obsessed with Tobacco Vanille. If you want to embody that really cool, chic, seductive, mysterious, really bold, confident energy, this is your fragrance right here. It's very sexy, and I'm so sad that we don't get as many fragrance releases like this nowadays, because this is really an incredible pioneer in the fragrance world. So I love this fragrance. I've been reaching for it more for the nostalgia reasons, but it just smells so seductive on the skin. Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. I love this fragrance so much. That is it. Thank you guys so much for watching this video of fragrances that I have been wearing non-stop recently. Let me know what you guys are wearing at the moment as well. I love you so much, and I will see you soon. Bye.